Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. It's been one heck of a day in the markets today, so we'll look into all that, but we have a couple of things to talk about. We got Terawulf. Can they survive? We'll look at their December production updates, and they were actually pretty good, but they have a lot of debt. We'll take a look at all that. We'll also take a look at Marathon. They're continuing to sell their BTC. Is this a new norm for them? And will this continue on? And we'll take a look at how much they've actually sold possibly right now. And then we'll take a look at the markets. S&P, Dow, NASDAQ, we're all up today. BTC and Ethereum are up also, which is great. And we'll look at the Bitcoin miners as well. They had a nice day today as well, so it's a continuation of a nice little rally that we're having here. But I think we're due for a little bit of a correction, possibly, okay? As always, you guys know the drill here. Not financial advice, for entertainment only. Do your own research. Invest in following coins and companies for full disclosure. And if you enjoy this type of content, hit the like button, subscribe. Helps me out. Thanks. Okay, let's take a look at the markets here. So the markets, S&P was up 0.7% today to 3,119. Dow Jones was up 0.56% to 33,704. And the NASDAQ was up 0.88% to 11,205. Bitcoin was up also today. It was up 1.55% to a close of 17,443. We hit a high of 17,494 and a low of 17,145 roughly. So on the daily chart, you can see we've had a nice little rally here in the last, let's take a look at from the bottom that we reached here on December 30th. We've gone up approximately only 7% in 12 trading days right now. So it's not that huge of a rally, but it's still a nice rally. 7% is 7%. We'll take it. But if we look at the 4-hour chart, we can see that the RSI is way up there, which is good. It's at 78. It's a little bit overbought right now. But it's at the same point where price was lower at one point. So we are seeing that, we're having a little relief going back up. And I think we're going to have another relief coming down here a little bit on the 4-hour chart. We're kind of seeing it also on the 1-hour chart right now, where we go up, have a relief, go back up, another relief, go back up a little bit more. So our size is actually lower at 70 than it was back here, where price is still higher than what it was back then. So I think we're going to have a little bit of a relief rally happening here, where things are going to come down a little bit, maybe back down to 17,250, something like that, 17,300, somewhere around that range. And then we'll possibly continue going forward if that continues as it is. Okay, so that's Bitcoin right there. Ethereum was also up today. It was up, let's see, on the daily chart, it was up 1.18% to a close of 1335. We hit a high of 1348 and a low of 1316. And Ethereum has gone up from the bottom here, which was on December 19th, it looks like. Recently, we went up to a high here of, we went up 16% in Ethereum right now. And this is in 23 days. So that was actually pretty good. For that one, let's take a look at the 4-hour chart on it. RSI is also looking overbought on it at 74 right now. Last time, we were much lower in price, which is good. Also, you can see it here that we are a little bit higher in price from where we peaked on the RSI here at 82. So that's good there. I think we're gonna have a little bit of, a little bit pullback, possibly get the RSI under 70 again. And then 1-hour chart, we can see the same thing here, where it's been doing a little bit better on the 1-hour chart. It's been kind of flat, but price has been going up, which is nice to see. So those are things that we want to look at and just take a peek in at those. Now, as far as the miners were concerned today, it was a little bit of a mixed bag, but most of them did really well today. So ANY was up 16.55% to 33 cents. Argo was actually down today 10.56% to $1.27. Bit Digital was up 12.99% to $1.01. Bitfarms was up 8.13% on the day. They were up actually higher than that during the day, but they pulled back a little bit, and they finished out at 72.5 cents. CleanSpark was up 10.86% to $2.45. Cores was down 4.65% to 8 cents. DigiHost was up 4.67% to 62 cents. DMG was down 1.28% to 14 cents. Greenidge was up 8.54% to 58 cents. Hive was up 5.21% to $2.22. Hut 8 had a nice day, up 10.28% to $1.18. Iris Energy had a really nice day today, 23.48% to $1.63. Not sure why that one is going up. Marathon also had a real nice day today, 17.35% to $5.75. It looks like them selling is not a concern for investors, which is good. I actually like the fact that they are selling their Bitcoin a little bit. Mawson was up 2.49% to 40 cents. Riot was up 15.34%, also up really nice today, to $5.64. Then we got Soluna up 3.87% to 40 cents. Terawulf was up 6.06% to 74 cents. Now let's take a look at the network hash rate to see if we get that updated. See what's going on there. This is on the 7-day average. We are still at 264. And if we look at the 1-day, we have climbed back up here a little bit to 286 million terahashes per second. So we'll keep an eye on that one. And let's take a look at our first story here, which is on Terawulf, and then we'll take a look at Marathon selling. So Terawulf announces December 2022 production and operation updates. They have been doing pretty good here in the last couple months. They've been getting a lot of machines installed and growing quite nicely here. They've been kind of in the, building out stages this year, and it's finally paying off for them. So it's good to see here. So December 2022 highlights: self-mined 125 Bitcoin in December for 2022. This was actually lower than in November, but we'll take a look at the reason why for it. 378 Bitcoin produced in Q4, a 223% increase as compared to 117 Bitcoin produced in Q3. So that's a good increase there. Fleet of deployed miners reached approximately 18,000 with a hash rate capacity over 2 exahash. So that's good there too. Successfully navigated extreme operating conditions during Winter Storm Elliott, quickly returning to full output at the storm's close. We'll take a look at my numbers that I have for them. They were mining for, I think it was less than half of the month for December, it looks like. So despite weather-related price volatility in December, the company projects an average cost of power of approximately 3.5 cents, which is really, really good across its 2 sites. So they do have really good electricity. That is a nice big bonus there. Now, let's see here. What can we take a look at from here? Revenue per Bitcoin, cost per Bitcoin. Let's see, October. Let's see here. These are in revenue per Bitcoin. Okay, that's just per Bitcoin, 19,000, 17,000, 17,000 there. Average operating hash rate was 1.6, 1.9, and 1.5. And I'm trying to see if they don't have it in here. We'll take a look at my numbers. My numbers have a little bit more data on them. Okay, so that's the data there. They also provided some information here, infrastructure update. So the company is nearing final stages of construction at its 2 mining sites and expects to have the total operational capacity of 49,000 miners, 5.5 exahash in early Q2 of 2023. I have it a little bit lower at 5.1, I think. But we'll take a look at it, see if I have all the miners. They're reporting 49,000, so we'll remember that. And then today, the company's wholly owned Lake Mariner facility has approximately 60 megawatts of operational mining capacity, and Terawulf expects to reach 110 megawatts of capacity at the facility in Q2 of 2023, so next quarter. And then the Nautilus Crypto Mine facility, a joint venture with Talon Energy Corporation, is in the initial stages of ramping its mining operations and is expected to provide 50 megawatts of net mining capacity to Terawulf in Q1 of 2023. So that'll be good there, representing the company's 25% interest in the joint venture. Okay, so they still have pretty good growth going forward. Let's take a look at the numbers that I have for them. So here's Terawulf right now. Shares outstanding 145.2 million roughly. Market cap 107 million. Stock price is 74. Shares outstanding is calculated by market cap divided by shares stock price. Okay, current hash rate I have them at 2.08. Future hash rate, I have them at 5.1. They're saying 5.5. We'll take a look at that, see if I made a mistake someplace. And then we are currently 40.78% installed operationally. Future growth of 145%. Number of miners is what they reported, 118. And then the hash rate average per miner is really good, 115 terahashes per miner. I think this is one of the higher ones so far. I know Marathon is going to be getting more of the 140 terahash miners, which is going to bring them up as well going forward. So that'll be interesting to see who wins out there. Okay, BTC HODL. They didn't report anything, so I think they are selling everything that they mine. And as far as their BTC production goes, you can see here they were pretty flat here in April, May, June, July, August, and September. They didn't provide production updates for those months. They only provided the quarterly results, and that's kind of where we're getting the averages for those quarters there. Now, starting in October, they started to provide those monthly production updates. So we had 119 in October, 134 in November, and then December came down to 125, even though the hash rate did grow a little bit, quite a bit in December. But we'll take a look at it. Their BTC per exahash efficiency has also come way down. They are now at 60, and that is based on the days that they were actually mining with their 2 exahash installed. Looking over here, we can see that they generated about 2.1 million in revenue for December. November was a little bit better for them, 2.358. So that was a decrease of 9 less BTC in December than in November. And let's take a look at the numbers that we do have here. So I have at 45,000. They reported, 49,000 miners? Let's see here. Where was it going to be at? 18,000. Oh, it was in here. 49,000. So I'm missing 5,000 miners someplace. Let's take a look at it here. Let's just unhide all my rows that I have here. So we do have some miners that they were reporting as getting, then some of them were being canceled. I don't know which ones they're getting, but if they're getting 5,000 miners to get us to that, let's just put in maybe 5,000 miners here, potentially. Let's see where that gets us. That gets us to, oh, not close. Let's see here. That'd be 4,000 miners that we are off by. 49,000 miners, and they're saying 5.5. Is that correct? 5.5. Okay, so we got that in there. So that's fixed there. As far as December production numbers are concerned, here's what we got installed. So we had all of these miners, the 140 terahash miners getting installed. These batches of 500, I probably should have just made this all one line and gotten rid of it. I'll do that later on. We also got some of these 2,140 terahash miners as well. So I'll just combine those into one single line and make it easier that way. And they were only mining for, let's see here. Oh, we also installed 1,000 of these 100 terahash miners as well, along with the 800 here. So for that combined, we got the 2.11 million in revenue, and they were only mining for about 16.45 days. So it was off. Can't speak. It was a little bit over the half of the month for production. So I was wrong on that in the beginning, but it's still a huge curtailment for them compared to in November, where they were only mining for 27 days. So they were off by a couple days. Here, they're almost at half curtailment. So I'm surprised that they were off by that much on their production. Okay. What else can we take a look at it here? I think that's it for the production side of things. If they continue to mine for a full month in January, they would be at 3.8 million in revenue potentially. And then taking a look at the institutions. Institutions did decrease a little bit here, but shares went up to 9.42. So we had a net gain of 10,000 more shares from December numbers, but percentage owned went down to 6.48. So they are diluting, it looks like. We still have the same buy recommendation of 1, and then price target is still $5 for the high, average, and low. Now, they have generated approximately, based on my numbers here, looks like December ending quarter is going to be about 6.8 million. That is for the last, 6.8 million roughly is an estimated revenue for them on Bitcoin production. If we look at their numbers here as far as from Q3 and look at their current assets, they only had 16 million in current assets, which included restricted cash of 7.2, cash and cash equivalents of 4.4. So total current assets was 16. Total assets was 309 million. And let's see here, property, equity, and net assets of investees was 76 million, it looks like. But if we look at their current liabilities, they have 105 million in current liabilities. So that's a little concerning. They are either going to have to take on more equity, I'm guessing, dilute shares, or get more debt in order to be able to survive this current bear market that we are in. I'm not sure that they have an ATM. I think most of that is through, I'll have to look. If you guys know in the comments, let me know in the comments. What is their current debt that they do have for it? I should have looked at it. I apologize. I was running a little late today, but I'll take a look at it. If anything, I'll post it in the comments later on to see what kind of access to capital they do have right now. And then we'll discuss it in the comments down below. But right now, the way I'm looking at it is it's going to be tough for them to survive, potentially with 105 million, and they're only generating 8 million right now. Even if they do go up in generating almost 10 million in that would be Q1, possibly maybe more depending where Bitcoin goes, between maybe 10 and 15 million, I'm guessing. That's still not going to be a lot to cover their current expenses for the next year. So there are 2, they're going to double that. So even if they get to maybe 30 million, I would say, per quarter, that would be barely enough that would get them to 120 million for the year potentially. That could possibly help with that. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. And then as far as where I have them set at right now, they are trading at a PE of 17 based on the current revenue that we do have of 12.26 million. 50% net income from gross revenue, we're looking at 72 cents to $1.08 for 75% net income. And that's on the higher end here. They're trading at a premium, I believe, right now. And then if analysts are saying that they're going to get to $5, well, the revenue has to go, quite up. And we would be looking right now at a PE of, well, it only goes to 50 on mine here, but it would be a PE closer to probably like 75 right now based on their current income. So I think a lot of it is based on future growth compared to where they are right now. But yeah, I think right now they are a little bit overvalued based on their current numbers. Now, if things improve, they continue to grow, and Bitcoin goes up in price, then we could definitely see them going up in value as well, along with the other miners, okay? So that is it. Let me know if you guys have any questions on this in the comments. We'll go over it there. And let's take a look at Marathon here really quick. So Marathon, we covered this in a video, was it a day or two ago? Probably 2 days ago now that we covered it. That they were starting to what appeared to be like they're selling the Bitcoin. So this is their address for their BTC production, which goes in there. And then we had it at, I think it was 47 or 40 some Bitcoins that were total sent out. And we looked at some of the transactions here that were being sent out. And we could see that there were small transactions, which looked like they were potentially going to exchanges for sale. And now that number has gone up to 351.97. So if we update this, if it's changed at all, no, it hasn't changed at all. So we have that here. We also have another confirmation here as well. The same amount being reported here, 351 being sold off in the last couple of days. Now this part, I'm fine with them selling. I'm completely fine with them. I'm actually happy that they are, instead of just hodling and diluting shares. So I think this is a great thing that they are doing, but we just want to take a look at it. Is this going to be the new norm for them going forward? Which we know Peter Thiel has, commented about it or spoke about it, and you can see it here. If you search on YouTube, to hodl or not to hodl, is that really the question? You can see Marathon, it's even on Marathon's page, I think, but this was back in August. He was talking about when is it opportunistic to sell, when is it opportunistic to hodl. Great video. If you have the time to watch it, go ahead and do that. But it looks like they are going into that possible selling phase, trying to dilute the shares a little bit less, I'm guessing, and to fund their operations and growth. So I'm all fine with that, but went too far. But if they sold 351 right now, and we're only, 10, 11 days into the month of January, that already represents pretty close to being like 80%, 75% of what they generated as far as Bitcoins in December. So if we look at their numbers here, let's take a look at it. Marathon. Let's see here. In December, they generated 475 Bitcoins. They had 472 in November. So it does look like that's, what is that going to be? Almost 75%, something like that. Potentially 70, 75% of coins being currently sold off. So I don't know if they're going to sell what they mine, half of what they mine. I'm not sure how they're going to look at it, but we will be able to figure that out once we get the January production update in what is that, February? Yeah, February. That will tell us how much they actually sold and if they're selling more than they are mining for the prior month. But we'll take a look at it then. Now, like I said, I'm totally fine with them selling the BTC, which isn't the problem. I think most of the miners should be doing the same thing. A lot of them are doing even more. They're selling a lot more. There's now, I think, only possibly one that's not selling. That's going to be Hot 8. We'll see if they change their tune on this a little bit too, seeing that Marathon is selling now. We'll see if they still hodl or if they're going to sell a portion of it or continue to dilute shares. Time will only tell on that one. But like I said, we'll take a look at it to see where they stand at the end of January as far as selling is concerned. But I'm all for it. I think this is good. Let me know if you guys agree, disagree down in the comments below. But that is it. This is an easy day right now to go over things. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Spreadsheet is going to be available to my Patreon members. As always, thank you to everyone there. And thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe. Helps me out tremendously. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.